Hello everyone, how good of you to join and welcome to Anno 1404 Venice. Once again back with this beautiful classic that we have in the Anno franchise, my favorite after Anno 1800. And yeah, of course we're going back into a continuous game with the IAAM mod, so you can find it in the description. That's completely overhauling and well, increasing the complexity level and difficulty level of this game as well. On top of that, with lots of new buildings and stuff. And we're going ahead and creating us a new continuous build right away. This time I want to aim at a more balanced playthrough. So we are going to have a 1-star opponent, we're going to have a 2-star opponent, and we're going to have a 3-star opponent. And not 3 3-stars anymore, as I think it was just a bit too much of a hassle there. And we want to focus this time on creating a big, beautiful medieval town. But of course also having some action there in between with those two there. Now we're starting with normal Corsairs there, because on strong they just spam ships endlessly and that's just getting a bit tedious after a while. Star trees is normal, the peace. We're going with this seed here that has been created, a huge map of course, a large island there because we want to create some big cities there. Nothing out of the ordinary really. We're going to have some refunding there. The quests are on medium. There's not going to be a plague because I think this is just also a really tedious and annoying mechanic, as you get the plague like every couple of minutes in your city, and it's just constantly then the plague. Something I really can't stand. Another thing that we turn off is the sabotage this time. In my last playthrough, this also happened every couple of minutes. There doesn't seem to be a cooldown on this mechanic with the mod, I think at least, and this just makes, yeah, it's just not fun really. It's also not really making the game difficult or anything like that. We're still playing with hard settings here, as we can see, so we've still reached the hard setting area. City Council is on, of course, because that means we can take over islands with shares, and you know, I'm an investor. I love to get my shares spread out over the map and just invest into other islands, getting their value, but also ultimately taking over the island if I feel like it. Rebuild map is off. We're starting with the lowest possible amount of money, that is 10,000 gold, and 1 flagship only, which is going to add a bit more to the difficulty setting there overall. So focus is on survival, financial survival, economy, building a city, and also of course surviving at least against the Cardinal, as I think he's going to be quite the tricky one. These are the settings. I hope you're going to enjoy this one. I'm definitely up for it. A bit of nostalgia trip back into the latest era of Anno 1404. Also, thank you all my supporters that support me directly. That's very much appreciated. I'm not a full-time content creator yet, but I'm aiming to be one a day, and you guys just help me out a lot on that as well. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Alright, and here we are, 4 story ships that are making their way. We are going to start off quickly here by purchasing some tools from Richard Northburg, and then as always I like to make my way to the west. So there we have now, I don't even see who that is. That is Lucius, that is the Cardinal. There is Marie d'Artois just vanishing into the fog. And yeah, well, the first thing that we notice here, of course this is the history edition, is the beautiful graphics, right? I just love it. And this is Richard Northburg here, our trader in the center. We get 3 traders on the map. That is Venice, that is the Orient, and that is Richard Northburg here. And in that case, he's going to sell us lots of valuable items, and also gives us quests down the road then, especially with the Emperor. That's going to be interesting. Now, they're all, well, just as lost as I am. My flagship on the way, Santa Maria, in all its glory. A beautiful little ship. It's just always exciting when you start a new game, you know, and there's so many possibilities, and you just really start out with one tiny ship and make something big out of that, out of nothing basically. And we can see some islands already in the distance there, so there's lots of stuff that we can discover. There's something here. Let's just check this one out. It's looking like it's a bigger one. Definitely want to get me a big island, a fair enough island. And on these islands, well, we're going to create not only a big, beautiful medieval town with lots of infrastructure, but also a big cathedral monument and ultimately the palace, as it always is. This game already had monuments in store, right? So the harbor monument that we had, the cathedral monument that we have, stuff like that. And I think the mod is adding a couple more. This island is not so bad. It's just very small overall. We can't really do that much. We got some stone here, some iron, but that's ultimately it. I'm always going west usually because I know the maps are rather evenly distributed, right? So we do have big islands here, we will have big islands here, and then the southern islands. So there must be something over there. There must be something, and I just tend to go to the west usually, northwest. That is my territory. There's not a big island right now that I can see though. That's not so great, as we are still making our way over there. Who's following us there, by the way? Leif Jorgensen, the 1-star opponent. He can definitely follow us, no problem. Alright, there's just some ruins coming up, some smaller islands where we can't even settle anything on it yet. And all we can see already from the 10,000 we are down to 8,200 because we purchased those tools. They're coming in very handily then later. And from the trading we got some 10 honor points. So just for your information, honor is like the currency that you can use for all the items and diplomatic relationships. And it's just going to be very important also to unlock more techs in the tech tree, because there's a tech tree in this game. Just overall lovely stuff. Where is my islands? There doesn't seem to be anything over here now. Ah, there's something. That's an island though. Let's just have a look at it. Alright, there's something, and from the look of it, it might be major. There is some stone deposits, iron deposits, brine deposit for salt. We got coal and we got the Bear's Cave, 2 of them actually. It's looking not so bad. Do we have something else in the surrounding area? I think there in the distance I can see another island. Oh, this is a huge one. There's a river too with some river slots. And I think this is just it, right?
You have discovered a building on an island.
What? Oh, there is a Benedictor. There's even a neutral trader on it that would take some bread from us. Yeah, let's settle here. That's actually, it's a nice beach area. So of course, with a bit of experience, I know what islands are good and what not. And this is definitely one of the better ones that we can find. There we got our first building. Oh, hooray. And we're going to name this city right away to Sleepy Hollow, just as we go. Very nice. And yeah, well, with my Santa Maria, first of all, we are rather full on the tools now, and I definitely do need to start expanding there quickly. So we go ahead up there for now with, like, let's make it 3. Yeah, let's make it 3 warehouses, right? And then we can start ahead with my first lumberjack huts right away that are going to produce some timber for us. And oh boy, we're going to need that timber. So we can make it, let's make it 4 for starters. We can of course then have way more down the road. And speaking about roads, let's also get us at the first road out there for our very first basic production that will start now. Luckily, there is no workforce in this game, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's unload the remaining tools, and then with my flagship, I would just like to go ahead and start scouting the surrounding area that we have there around our island, right? Just like that. And the rest of the time, well, we can focus on starting our city. So I would like to go ahead, as always, and start with a beautiful big avenue road. We do need to be careful though, that we don't, you know, deplete my treasure there completely. Let's also have a road rather here, kind of like as a buffer to the harbor area that we're going to have. I will need to leave a bit more room there. There you go. That's 110. That's a lot of money that we are wasting this way. And we're not making any money right now, right? My balance is negative there, minus 60, because we already have the lumberjack huts. And then we have the marketplace. So this is where we can finally start building some proper houses. And we're going ahead here with getting the first one. Yeah, well, let's get cracking in this area, shall we? I think that's a good location for it. There you go. In all its glory, a nice little building, a nice little marketplace. And this one, of course, gets its own road connection then to the main avenue area, right? So like this.
A new island has been sighted.
Oh, and we found another island. Very nice. We continue then to the north. I would like to really take the northwestern corner there into my imperium, right? So in my empire, so the others don't have a real chance there of getting close to that. From my experience, the cardinal will attack us rather quickly, so I do still need to hurry up there a bit. Now, we do also can start with the first houses then. I would like to do this. Let's just find some suitable location for that. Here, I think we can go with a 3 slot. Yep, very good. And then here and here. So, of course, we are using some layouts that I've gotten from Anno 1800, right? This one. Beautiful. And this is the first houses that are moving into Sleepy Hollow. The first peasants. There we have them. Looking happily. Lots and lots of demands they have before we can upgrade them. I'm going to raise the taxes right away to medium. To lower medium, so they still are happy. You know what? Let's go for actually even-tempered peasants. That's still fine. They can still grow with that, right? They still go up or something like that. And I can just happily continue there with a couple more of them. These guys. And that one. So let's make it a normal block out of that one. There you go. This is going to be downtown, right? This is going to be where we have lots and lots of high-density buildings then later on. A nice island that we found here too with some honey that we can use. So bees and herbs. And grain. Grain herbs, that's very important for beer that we can produce later then. That we can craft our own little beer. And we are going to need that as it's a pretty important product. Right, I think actually I need to go here down on the peasants move in. Yep, there it is anyway. Right, so we need to lower the taxes there a bit so peasants move in. And I would like to get now a couple more lumberjack huts out there. So like 2, I think. We're going ahead with that. Let's just see. 1 here and 1 here. There you go. And we will also need now the first, this building menu. It's just something that I need to get used to. Then we have the fisherman. We are going to need the first tier for our fish. Right, so my people want fish. And I'm going to have 2 of them. Balance-wise, we need to be so careful for this area. And out they go. Getting us some juicy fish there, please. Lovely, as our little town is starting. Do I want to have a double road there? I think I do. Right, so that we have these landmark points more or less that we can then use. You have discovered a settlement belonging... Oh, Leif, why are you doing this? Are you for real? He's settling right next to my island. I mean, the map is so big. That's just not cool, really. I guess we're not going to be friends. This is a big island, though. Alright. He's really just... Look at that. That's his island. And we're here. So we are the right next island there. That's nasty. Very impolite. Let's continue with the next houses. So those guys here. Unfortunately, we don't have a blueprint. So I can only go ahead there with getting those roads done like so. Right? So that we know where we are going to place them. And I should also then think about the church or the chapel that we're going to have then as well. I think actually it's going to be here. That we can take the whole into our area then. Alright, how's it looking? There's another island coming up. It has grape, so for wine that's going to be pretty important then. Very good. Even though, you know, those islands don't belong to us at the moment. But there we got some basic islands now that we can settle next. For our trade routes then, for our production expansions that we want. So in that case, we know now where they are. A bit more timber is coming in so we can build the next houses. Those people are moving in then. And we have reached the settlement status. The first one of many. Right, there we are. Level 1 settlement with 90 peasants. And from Richard Northbrook we are getting 50 honor points. That's pretty important. Let's get my flagship over to him. Once again, because with those 50 honor points we can purchase a splendid gift for guests, and we're going to need that for the Grand Vizier. And from him we're going to get a trade ship for the Orient, for the Oriental city, right? So we do need 2 cities actually that can work then, that need to work together in order to become great. It's really slow. Am I getting enough timber here really?
A new island has been sighted.
Right, another island coming up. There's also some herbs here. Lots of beer caves. Right, and for the first time I think we're also positive on the balance there a bit. Right, not that we can really afford a lot. But it's a start. It's a start to something. Let's build some more houses there. And we've also unlocked now the chapel. The chapel has a very, very low range, right? So if I want to get the chapel done, I think it's going to be in this location there. So let's just get rid of these houses again. We get some timber back, half of it, but that's fine as it's really just very cheap anyway. And we can then build this beautiful first building here, service building, into this area, right? That's where we're probably going to have it. Yep. To get these people done with the chapel there. There it is. They also need some cider. They do need some cloth, and they do need entertainment in the form of a tavern, and they do need salt, right? And once we've finished all of those production chains, we can upgrade them to citizens at the next level. And that will open up a couple more possibilities. Flagship still on the way. The map is huge, so it's really just taking us a long time to get there with the ship. And in the meantime, we can just really focus on building a couple more houses. More peasants means ultimately more taxes, and we do need a lot of them. A lot of taxes in general. Alright, just on time. My flagship is now arriving at the harbor area again. Here at Richard Northburg, and we are going ahead with, let's just see what we can purchase. First of all, we can purchase now the splendid gift for the 50 honor points. There you go. And I think he's also got some tools left there. Yes, let's get 10 tons of tools there as well for 800. We need to be careful still, but those tools are coming in very handily. Now, we need to move to the south now. That's going to be very tricky. The map is pretty huge, and I know that the Grand Vizier must be somewhere here. Usually he is somewhere southern center, right? So just like Lord Richard Northburg usually is northern center, the Grand Vizier is somewhere down there, but we need to find him first, and then we can turn in that splendid gift. Very good. I'm also, since trading is now starting with Richard Northburg at least, we can also open up now a trade route, and I would like to do this for tools. So whenever there is some trader coming along, he can sell us some tools, and we can purchase that as long as we have some money left, right? Since tools is just so really important. We got lots of timber actually once again in stores, so let's go ahead and get us the next peasants out there. There you go. And let's also make a road around it here. There we are outside of our area of influence for now, so we need to wait there a bit. Finding new islands along the way. As we move south now, we will also get to a new climate area. Right, so there is going to be interesting mysteries down there for us to explore. And I'm just going ahead here with... could probably make this one into a normal block. Yeah. Let's make this one into a normal block. That's going to be golden. There you go. And then we got those smaller main roads more or less continuing through the city. And then we got the big road around, right? The big road leading to all the monuments then later on. Boy, it's so small yet. And it's going to be so great at some point. I can't wait for that. I always love the beginning in every Anno game. It's just exciting. A blank page of paper, right? And we're going to paint something on it. Next island, there is already the first southern island coming up from the look of it. We got a different beach. I think so. Yep. Must be. Yeah, but it's an unsettled island. And also the cardinal already settled in the Orient, right? So of course it's a bit cheaty there usually. He's calling it Dark Hollow. Now what a nice coincidence. We are the Sleepy Hollow and he's the Dark Hollow. And let's just see. Oh yeah, he's got himself a big island there. And he's starting out small here with his second settlement. Well, we continue now. Here, there's nothing though. Where is he? That's going to be the trickiest part. Of course, we should not neglect our main town though. We are at 270 people at the moment. That's pretty good. I'm going to leave this area there available. I think we are going to need the tavern there soon. There it is. Very nice. We can really get everything into it. Let's see how big it is though. 3 tiles. So I'm going to make this one, right, and that's then the tavern area that we have. And around it, well, we can just happily continue building houses. So, like here, for example. Let's make it here for now. Probably another one of these blocks there. Right, Lord Richard Northburg sold us 10 tons of tools. Very nice. 900 coin we paid for that, though. Not easy, but we get a bit more tools in. We're going to need them soon. And we just happily continue here now. It's getting a bit tight there, so let's have these houses there. Right, and then I'm probably going to have just a smaller block like that, and then we continue with another bigger block here. That of course was not my intention. But like that. There you go. We can squeeze in some more then. Now we need to think about the next productions now as well. That is salt, that is the cider. I think cider is rather easy. And I'm going to do this as far away from the city as possible, so we don't need to relocate them so quickly into the game, right? We have plenty of room over there as well, but of course the major difficulty is getting there. Let's have another warehouse here now. Costing me quite a bit, unfortunately, but this is where we're going to have the cider production then. I think we're a bit far off the center now here, so I'm going to move.
Your people are longing for company.
I'm continuing to move a bit further to the south there. This house there, of course, needs a road. Yep, there you go. You're welcome. And then we just continue happily with 2 more buildings there. We're getting a bit full here now, are we? With that warehouse, with that marketplace. We can squeeze in some couple more here, and that's it, right? Marie d'Artois, we found her island in the south. Why do they all have an island in the south already?
I am Marie d'Artois. Tell me, are you a pious man?
Ooh, and also a big one. They are getting ahead there. By the way, let's have a look at them. So we found all 3 of them now, right? Plus Richard Northberg. There's still some AIs open.
Yes.
Marie d'Artois. Would you like some flattering? Yes, there you go.
What a surprise!
And Leif Jorgensen. Yes, very good. So we are going into the peace treaty area there now, or the actually trade treaty.
Is it important?
And then the card is going to be the toughest one. He doesn't like that, so we are losing some reputation there with him. I mean, he's already not looking so friendly, right? Not very trustworthy anyway. That's going to be really, really nasty here, finding the Grand Vizier. That's something. It's going to cost us time, unfortunately. We got the timber, so I would like to go ahead now with my first production, my next production, right? And that is the cider. So we can build it over here. So our apple plantation. It doesn't have a lot to it yet, though. We're going to build a road, and then we need to plant the area around it, right? And the cider is working like this. So 25 fields it needs. Those trees are growing now, producing a cider hopefully soon. We can go ahead with the next one right here. Perfect. We should be sure that we keep the river slots available though, right? So in that case, we do need them later for paper mills and stuff like that. Producing some paper. So that's that. I think 2 will be fine for now. As always, I would like to stop the consumption for now, right? And we're going to build up some storage first. Oops. Some storage first, and after that I can open it up for them. And I'm also going to deactivate the automated ascension, so they're not going to citizens automatically. I need to do that. Just a bit more city development. It allows me to be a bit more precise about where I want to upgrade.
Grand ahoy!
Alright, another island to settle, but we can't settle there yet. Where is the Grand Vizier? It's getting a bit unnerving there. There is an... I think that's his island. Yeah, Grand Vizier Al-Sahir's ship, and I think he might be going back home. We could follow this one, right, and get to his location eventually. Or he's just trading. I think he's just trading with this one now. Very good. We found him. Following the ship was a safe bet. Very nice. That's his beautiful, really beautiful looking trade island, trade hub, right? There is a ship coming in right now. And our ship is just behind it with the splendid gift for a guest. That's what we need. That's what we need to turn in there as we make our way. There you go. And let's turn it in. And with that, we have unlocked the first diplomatic level with him. Visitor from the Orient. We get some 50 prestige out of that. He's happy. While we're here, let's purchase some tools. He's usually got them for sale. And with the 20 tons of tools, let's return back home to Sleepy Hollow with my ship. We're going to have some exploration in the meantime. So we're going to make a bit of a detour before we get back home. And meanwhile, also, the Grand Vizier gives me his first ship. There it is. That one with some tools, some dates, and some timber. And we're going to make our way over into the western, southwestern area, right? Because I want to get as close as possible to Sleepy Hollow with a main island. Very good. We got the next big step finished. And Lord Northberg is offering us a quest. We need to deliver 3 tons of wood and tools to a ship that probably sank or actually is damaged, we would get some 50 honor out of that and 14 tons of fish. Now the fish is not really what's worth it here, but the honor would be. But since it's so far away, it's over here, right? We'll see. We have 30 minutes to fulfill this quest. I don't think we're going to make this, but let's just see. All right, the cider is flowing. We have materials. Let's continue over here. All right, and over here. And this is where we're going to make the next production now, which is the wool weaver's hut to get the cloth out of it. I just need to check. It's also 18 fields, so smaller fields, but we can have 2 of them together for this one to work. Right, make those 2. And then let's just see how they cultivate it. Very good. In this area, we got the sheepies now going. Very cute. Very cute indeed. And those sheepies now are going to produce cloth that we're going to need. 2 of them. I have no idea how many we need, right? Because the mod is rebalancing a lot of things. We'll just see. And then the last thing would be salt. We have the materials. We have the money. Let's go ahead with the salt. We can start out with having the seawater salon. This one that we can build here at the shore. And it's again getting the salt over there. Let's build 2 of them once more. Of course, every one of these buildings that we build is costing me a maintenance cost. This one here is 20 already, and we have still a surplus of 260. Sounding all fine and nice, but it's going down and down, and we need to get this one up, especially for the fleet building then. There's a good island coming up with some coffee, some color, so indigo that we can cultivate there, and some sugar, but it's very small, right? We also got some gold here and diamonds and quartz. Looking good. Alright, for Sleepy Hollow we have more timber still, so I would like to go ahead and build a second area now, a second district as we might call it. Let's just see. Actually, can I get the road over there somehow? Because I want to keep this kind of like symmetric. Oh, and Giacomo Garibaldi! We have found Venice, the 3rd big trader in the game, with probably the most beautiful trading hub, right? Absolutely fantastic. While we're here, let's just... Why is this blinking? Oh, it's for sale. I'm not selling and not buying. Let's purchase some more tools for 1,200. Boy, that's expensive. We got 40 tools now on the way back to Sleepy Hollow. I'm also going to stop the trading of tools now. And while we're here, let's also just check. Fish is now... Yeah, it's not going up so quickly anymore.
You have sighted new land.
Well, let's just see where we can build that really. That case here, the beach area is not that big, right? So we would waste some space, but it's going to be fine since we have so much space anyway. Let's have this one kind of like here, I guess. The next marketplace. And then we can have some more buildings surrounding it. So like that would actually work, but it's nasty. If I build it like that. Also not really good.
You have discovered a building.
I could do it like that and then have here a room again for a chapel. I think that's what I'm going to do.
You have discovered a new island.
And more islands are to be discovered. I'm not going to have a look at all of them for now, because we need to focus there a bit on building. And here we can make it exactly 3. That's what I want. So we're going to make it like that. There you go. With a entrance point here once more. This is going to be really nice. It's going to look amazing, tell you that, once we have more ornaments available, once we have higher levels of civilization available. That's just going to be really nice looking. Here we're going to have the avenue that continues, and here we have a second main road that goes into this direction, right? And of course the harbor area also has a main road left and right. And boy, I should not build so many roads. We are out of money now completely. Money is gone. I can still happily continue building normal houses as they don't cost me money, right? Only timber. Make a second one of these. The road around it though costs me money every time we build a road. And I don't have that much. And then we can continue with some more buildings here. Now, we are out of timber, so I need to wait on that again. But what we have now, what we should have in store now, cloth is in as well. The cider is in a lot, so we can now finally unlock the cider for my people. There you go. This will now increase tax level and also the amount of people that live in these houses, right? And tax money, as we can see, 290, and it's going up. 300, 330 as cider is filling up. 400, that's looking good. Should not forget about my ship down here.
Land sighted.
There is another island coming up. It's looking like a bigger one. All right, it's not that far away anymore from Sleepy Hollow. And there's also the tools coming in, so we are full on tools again. However, I'm not going to get all of them up, right? So we're also taking some timber with us, and we're going to settle now on other islands. We need to secure them before the AI settles on them. And this one here would be my next bet, because it's small. It's not small, actually. It has lots of building room, and it has grain, it has herbs, and it has honey. So it has 3 fertilities that we are absolutely going to need. And then this one here is also laughing at me, or smiling at me, because they got the hemp. And hemp is something we're going to need as well. And yes, I think here... Oh, we actually need to plant something there. Interesting. For the salon, right? So under sea level there. There's some structure now. Another big island coming up. I love the colors of this game. Beautiful, bright colors. There's also a... not so friendly face.
You have discovered a building on an island.
Alright, and here we are once again in the northern island sphere. Perhaps there's still something down here. I'm not giving up yet. We could go into this perspective because you can see a bit more. And there is something down there as well, right? So let's just have a look at that as well. With the ship. Because we still have a bit of time there, I think. Cloth is in, by the way, so we can unlock the next consumer good for my people. This will once again also get my balance up there. We are at 500 now. And by the way, we have the quest, but really the quest is not so important. Settling islands is more important for now. There's then also here the next chapel that we can have. I hate it when, you know, just because of one tile we cannot make this do. What should we do here? If I build it there, that would work. Alright, so let's get rid of these houses there. And instead have the chapel here. And I think... Yes, we can have the tavern and the chapel together here. This would work. And let's do this. Let's have a little plaza there for those. We have arrived. Let's settle on Wolf's Haven, our next island. I'm going ahead and I'm going to have... Oh, he actually likes that, Leif Johansson, but then again, he likes everything. We are going to have like one warehouse here in the center to take the area of influence, because in Anno 1404, it is also very common that the AI settles on islands where you already settled, right? So there can be several players on one island. This is nasty, so I do need to reserve that area for me, basically. I would like to get this island here too, because it has the river. Rivers are so important later on. And once again, it has a grain and herb. And we're going to need lots of that. Leif is also offering now a trade treaty. That was to be expected that it happens at some point, because he's a level 1 opponent and he rather just likes to be friendly with everyone. Let's do this. But I guess ultimately he's going to get swallowed by the cardinal.
Happy day.
This island is though something that I'm looking forward to. Yes, it has clay, it has dates. It doesn't have spices though. We do need spices. That's just really, really important. It's the main reason why we do settle there in the first place. Getting the spices going. We could try... Oh, where is the Grand Vizier? He's down here. And get spices fertility. Right, there it is. For 100 honor points. With a few quests and a bit of trading, we could do this. So this island is still then very, very tempting, because we have lots of building space available. And I think... spice, what else do we have there? There would be spice here. No indigo, unfortunately. Something else that we're going to need, especially later on. There's some silk here that we can get. Yeah, we're going to settle on this one. It has the dates, it has the clay, that's the most important things, and it has lots of space for spices. And we're just going to get the spices here with honor. Alright, and my ship is on its way to this next island there. The honey, the grain, and then one island for the beer. Perfect. We're going to need lots of products later on, right? So I do rather go with having specialized islands then. That means that we do need lots of space and lots of islands. I do need more fish, as fish is going out. Let's build 2 more of them. Just here. The harbor area. And salt is also now in, so we can also unlock now the salt for my people. This will once again boost my tax input, but it will also now really get us close to the next level, right? Because we can now go ahead and building the chapel, and that's it then. Let's settle here. Yep. Ashgabat it is. Oh, the cardinal is already angry. We settle on a very good island there, and he doesn't like that usually.
Ah, good.
And with that, we can now finally open up the second city that we are going to need, right? So let's build us a warehouse over there for now.
The Sultan will finally be able
so we can have the dates here. Now, in the Orient, it's very important. Fertility plays a role, right? Or moisture. This one here, the Noria that we're going to need, this one is providing green land. And only on green land can we have plantations. So we have grass here, for example, because it's close to the river. That means we can have plantations right next here. But I cannot have them here because that's not fertile land. Same goes with the lumberjack huts. So I'm going to need to have them in this area. So I'm going to have my first warehouses where we have lots of green area, because fertilizing the area or moisturizing it is actually pretty expensive, and I rather save on that for now. Let's go ahead and have two. I guess we're going with three lumberjack huts for now. Getting things then to this warehouse there. And on the other side, we're going to have the date plantation. That's something for my people here. And I need to check. Yes, that's 19 fields, so it's going to be one only, I think. I think actually we can make two work side by side. Let's just try this one out. 15. That's fine. It's fine for two. There you go, right? But I'm not going to continue now building that city because we need to settle on the next island. That's going to be this one here. I can't afford it. We lack the money. 300 coin we need. Now we have it. In Sheep Bridge. There you go. My second island that we've secured with that. And a pretty important one at that as well. Yeah. Got the honey. We got lots of grain and herbs. We're going to need so much grain. So in that case, having two islands with the grain fertility is quite worth it. And we have 15 more minutes. I think we can now also tackle that quest on the eastern side of the map. And for that, I will need 3 tons of wood and 1 ton of tool. I'm going to do this because for the 50 honor, right? This is just really important because we need the honor for the spice system.
Production has been disrupted.
So let's make it 3 tons and 1 ton for the tools. We're not at war with anyone yet, so we can safely go over here without risk of losing that ship. And off it goes. Right, and let's build the first city buildings really here. That would be the chapel, and look at the cost, right? We cannot afford that. This one is actually 2,000 that I would like to have in this area then. So we need to wait there a bit on the money. What I could do is I could start selling something that we have in surplus. So for example, a bit of salt. We could sell a bit of cider, and we could sell a bit of cloth. Whatever we have a surplus, we can sell this, making a bit of coin there beside that. Fish still going down. That should not be the case, as we have lots of them now here. So this should just work. And since I'm greedy, let's have some more houses for the next. Because we have the timber, right? And I would just like to use that. Make a tiny block here, and then another block here.
Snap them up while supplies last.
Meanwhile, in Ashgabat, we can start with the first city structure, right? So in that case here, we would have a marketplace as well that we need for that area. I'm going ahead and I'm also going to have a main road here, but because I can't afford more, we're just going to make it one tile road for now. It's going then over here to the marketplace, right? And that's it, because I really cannot afford more for the roads there. We also need then these nomad houses here. They're actually pretty expensive because they do require tools as well in addition.
You have discovered another player's island.
To the normal construction cost there. Let's just make this road go away there, because I would like to have a full block of 3 houses there. There you go. This is looking much better. And with that, we have also the first nomads then living here. Paying us some taxes. All right. Let's raise the taxes there a bit. And as we can see, they also need quite a lot. They want milk, They want linen garments. They want carpets and pottery. They want education. And they want Four Winds Palace before I can upgrade them. That's quite a lot. It's going to take us a while. But this island is not the focus of this game, this city, right? This focus is this city here, because that has 4 tiers, 5 tiers. And in that case, that's going to be just way more exciting to build up. Let's just see. I would like to make it like so. Just a couple more here. Right. And my ship, where's my ship? Over here already. Let's just check it out. Not that far away anymore. But we should make this do. Oh, and look at that. Giacomo Garibaldi purchased a lot from us for 888 coin. That's nice and very much appreciated. It's just so far away here. And 8 more minutes. There it is. There's the damaged ship where we're getting the resources to. And he likes that. We repaired the ship. We get some 50 honor points out of that. The 14 tons of fish we could probably sell at Lord Richard Northburg on our way back, right? And with the 3k that we already have now, let's purchase or let's build the chapel. Let's just check it out. It's working like that, right? Yeah. There you go. A beautiful, nice, smaller chapel here with its own entrance then. And we could even have some ornaments left and right.
An island was settled by another player.
Oh. Oh, that's Leif. Doesn't care for us. Let's have some smaller, low-tier bushes right in front of it for now. Later on, of course, we have some better stuff available, like flower beds and whatnot. And then the last building that we really just need is the tavern. We have the money.
Discovered a building on an island.
So let's go ahead and also build us the tavern. It has a bigger range of influence, so that's at least something. Right beside the chapel. Now, who doesn't like that? You can pray to God and then go for a beer right next. Nice one. And this one now means that we have everything provided for our peasants. The only thing I now need to do is I'm going to lower the taxes to Euphoria. And this means they will need, they will want to upgrade now. And there it is. Upgrading is available. And we can now go ahead and upgrade them. Let's do this.
Citizens are now.
And there's the first citizens now in my city. Looking a bit better now, these buildings. Cuter. Right, and that's the citizens. And they have, once again, lots of demands. They want schnapps, potato liquor, linen garments. They want pottery and coal. They want a monastery for education and stuff like that. So that's going to be new challenges ahead of us. But also we have more possibilities now. Like the tool production is now available to us. We can also create meat. We can also start with the rope yard soon. And that ultimately leads to a shipyard. So we can put out the first ships that we're going to need for our trade routes. And the tribute here for the trade treaty, Marie d'Artois, I'm going to decline this one. I'm sorry for that. So far so good. Sleepy Hollow is starting to come to life and the foundation is set for a prosperous future. I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned.